for about a year prior, I would see this commercial gym that said boxing in the logo. And I always wanted to go, but at this point in time, I was 400 pounds. I couldn't. So I just was like, dang, I wish I could go. All of a sudden, when I got out, you know, I prayed to the Most High and I asked the Lord to help me fight to live. You know, if you help me, I'll fight to live. And all of a sudden, promotion for Tank and Ryan popped up on my phone. I didn't follow no boxing.
And we back, y'all. It's Reggie from BoxStock, and I'm back again in the legendary Upton Gym in Baltimore, Maryland. This time I have a social media star. I was scrolling on Facebook of all places. That let you know I'm an old man. I was scrolling on Facebook, seeing this young lady throwing jabs in all kind of combinations. I said, wait a minute. And then I seen she had 10 million views. I was like, oh, let me hit her up. And even more importantly, she's humble enough to respond to a page with 200 followers. So she was gracious enough to give me her time. And now the show is on her. Her story inspired millions. She once weighed nearly 420 pounds, wasn't even a boxing fan. And after watching the Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight, decided to walk into a boxing gym. She's now preparing for her first amateur fight. Today we're going beyond the viral videos and hearing her story. Miss SheRa, thank you for gracing my presence.
You're welcome.
And the floor is yours. We're going to get into your backstory. Before boxing, for people who don't know your story, who was Taniyah before boxing?
Taniyah was just a regular person, you know, just around my friends and family, just living life doing me. Had a uphill battle. I had an uphill battle, but just a regular girl.
Where you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Lived there for your whole life?
I lived there until I was about 24.
Okay.
And then I moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Atlanta, that's where I flew in from. Growing up, what was your childhood like?
My childhood was rough. I grew up in and out of the system. Group homes and shelters, things like that. Definitely had a rough childhood for sure. But it's a blessing because it got me to where I am now, so sure.
So when you were growing up, were you fighting then?
No, I wanted to box when I was 15, but to this day, I remember my mom telling me, no, I don't want you to get hit. So I never was allowed, but I was fighting in group homes. Yeah. Fighting girls in group homes. But boxing, no, I wanted to though, but yeah.
I mean, so that's what I was really asking about for real, you know, because boxing sometimes, like, that's like the whole cute thing. Like, you cannot get hit, but when you fighting for your life, kind of like in them homes, that's where the real fighting happening.
Yeah.
At one point, you weighed over 400 pounds. What was life like during that chapter?
Terrible. Life was terrible at that point. I was dying, you know, and it would be my resting heart rate would be 120, and that's someone that's running sprints. So me just relaxing, sitting here, I'd be close to having a heart attack. You know, I was close to death. It was bad, yeah.
What do people who have never struggled with their weight often misunderstand?
They misunderstand the mental part. And they misunderstand the perfectionism that people who are trying to lose weight will have on themselves. People think you should just get up and do it. Just get up and go. But you have to understand, if the mind is not ready, the body's not gonna go. And when you are losing weight, there's a lot of mental pressure you put on yourself, and it can cause you to doubt yourself. It can cause you to go through so many things, and people expect weight loss to be a sprint. No, it's literally like you're climbing a mountain. You know, the top of Mount Everest, you're going to go through valleys, you're going to go through rough terrain, you're going to go through snow, you're going to go through hail, you're going to go through rain, a lot of things. And that's what weight loss is like. People expect you to just stop eating and you're going to lose weight, not knowing the real ins and outs about what weight loss is. To lose weight, you have to first change the mind. And if without the battle of the mind, you'll never conquer the battle of the body. So, yeah.
What was the specific moment where you realized something has to change?
It's not funny, but for me, it's funny now. It's not funny. It's never funny. But I went to go to the restroom. I was living in I had an apartment, and it was small. It was a small apartment. You come out the bedroom and you walk 3 feet across the hall, like literally the bathroom's right there. But walking from my bedroom to the bathroom, I thought I was going to have a heart attack, literally. And I was terrified for my life. And I said, you know what? Something has to go. Something has to change.
This is a lot deeper than I expected. Again, I do really appreciate you being open and honest, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there who can relate to your story.
Sure.
Mentally, what was the hardest battle you were fighting during that time?
The hardest battle is, like I said, it's a little deep. The hardest battle was staying alive, finding a reason to live, finding value in myself. I'm watching myself deteriorate every day, wanting things I couldn't have. I couldn't even walk in the grocery store. I had to use a cart. Sometimes it hurt to even try to get in the car. I was 409 pounds. My mind saying we want to do certain things, but the body is falling apart. And I felt worthless, useless. You know, like that was the hardest part, is finding a reason to keep breathing. So, yeah.
Do you read a lot of books?
I used to. I need to
I'm only asking because you're very eloquent. You,
thank you.
Can express yourself very, very well.
Thank you. I used to read a lot of books. I need to get back into it.
Who believed in you before you started believing in yourself?
That's a good question. I have a couple people. My best friend. My best friends. Hannah and Kayla. Them two, oh my God, I love them so much. They believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. My mother, my mom believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And yeah, those people right there, those are the main ones that really like continued to always pour life into me when they knew. My best friends really, they knew the dark side of what was going on. And yeah, shout out to them too. I love y'all so much.
The fight that changed everything. You weren't even a boxing fan growing up. Is that true?
So in a sense, yeah. I grew up in a football house. So it was always football. And by the way, Steelers for life. Yeah. But I wanted to box when I was 15. I had the desire in my heart. There was a boxing gym in my hood. Shout out Homestead, PA. Still City Boxing. That's where I wanted to go. But my mom wouldn't let me. So I didn't have anyone else around me that boxed. But I knew the desire was there. So I knew of them, Floyd, I knew Manny Pacquiao, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, you know, some of the greats. But no, I didn't get to grow up in boxing. Like.
So with you growing up in Pittsburgh, right? Mm-hmm. Wrestling is a big thing there. I guess like, were you kind of in that, was there a lot of like that in your area?
No, there wasn't a lot of wrestling growing up. It was football. Like
okay.
You got, or hockey. You got the Pittsburgh Penguins and baseball, the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It wasn't not to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Wrestling wasn't really big in my hood, in my city where I was. So yeah, no.
Then Tank Davis fought Ryan Garcia. What made you tune into that fight? So
basically, I ended up hitting a really big low point in my life, and I ended up dealing with some mental health issues, and I tried to take my life, and I was in the hospital, in and out. And once I got out of the hospital, you know, I still was struggling with that choice to live you know, because around this time I lost weight, but then I gained a lot back, and I got in a car accident, and I was basically just playing it at home, struggling. So basically, all of a sudden, I wasn't really big on Instagram, but I was big on TikTok. And I didn't follow any boxers. I didn't know any modern boxers. I didn't know any. I just knew that desire was always there. I just wasn't really, I didn't follow no one, because for about a year prior, I would see this commercial gym that said boxing in the logo. And I always wanted to go, but at this point in time, I was 400 pounds. I couldn't. So I just was like, dang, I wish I could go. All of a sudden, when I got out, you know, I prayed to the Most High, and I asked the Lord to help me fight to live. You know, if you help me, I'll fight to live. And all of a sudden, promotion for Tank and Ryan popped up on my phone. I didn't follow no boxing. It was like the Most High sent it to me, and I watched all the videos of Tank and Ryan, and then seeing them, it lit a fire in me that I haven't felt since I was a kid. And it reminded me of that desire of when I was 15 wanting to box, and it just changed my life forever.
What they do in the jazz, the little snaps, oh yeah, that deserves one of those.